Taking advantage of a glitched out tune, we can build this absolutely stunning 1969 Mustang Boss to have full weight reduction and over 750 brake horsepower. Stay tuned, I'll show you exactly how to build it from start to finish. Hello everybody, many thanks for stopping by. KCR-Mark here. In today's video we'll be tuning a 60s muscle car icon, and thanks to some glitch performance points we can retain the original engine and tune it up to a brutal 756 brake horsepower. We can fit full weight reduction and still be under the 600 pp to take on and absolutely dominate the Tokyo money grind. The car, of course, is the absolutely stunning 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429, and stay tuned, I'm going to talk you through the complete build from start to finish. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So I'm going to start the build off in a bit of an unusual place, but this is of paramount importance to this car. So as you can see, we've got the wide body installed. We're using a standard engine on this, so no collector level 50 needed for engine swaps or anything like that, but this is the crucial part to this car, the wheels, believe it or not. So we want to choose no bigger than 17-inch wheel on this car. Obviously the style is completely your own choice. We want a wide width, but the most crucial part of this is we want standard offset. This car suffers some really bad wheel arch clipping, as you can see as we're scrolling back and forward here. If you fit the wide offset, the front tyres dig into the arches under cornering and braking, and it just causes the car to not turn at all. So it's of vital importance that you make sure you use just a standard offset on this car. So still in GT Autos, we're next going to head to custom parts, where we want to fit a Type B front splitter. The car doesn't come with any available side skirts, so we want a Type A rear diffuser, and in terms of rear wing, we're going to use either a Type A or a custom wing set. It's purely visual, it doesn't affect the tune at all. So next we can head on to the performance parts. I'll run you through everything you need to buy. So we want weight reduction stage 1. There is quite a lot of parts to buy for this car, by the way, but we've not used an engine swap, so it still works out a fairly cheap build. Sports hard tyres. Now the engine we're going to completely upgrade as much as you can. So we're going to use bore up, we're going to use high lift camshafts. Next up we want weight reduction stage 2. Then we're going to fit racing crankshaft, fully customised computer, fully customised LSD, weight reduction stage 3, increased body rigidity, I always struggle to say that one, engine balance tuning, polished parts. We want the high-end torque supercharger, racing intercooler, racing air filter, racing silencer, racing manifold, racing brake pads, racing brake discs, fully customised suspension, racing clutch and flywheel, fully customised transmission. So with all that fitted and the glitchy way the performance points seem to work on this car, I think the game thinks it's got way too much power to put down, so it gives it a very low performance point figure. But we end up extracting 756 brake horsepower in a car that's just under 1200 kilograms. So as you can imagine, it's going to be an absolute weapon. We'll get onto the full tune next. Okay, so for the tune itself, this took a little bit of tweaking to get right. As I said before, this car does suffer really badly from wheel arch clipping, so with that in mind, we've got a relatively high ride height, quite high anti-roll bars. We don't want the car tramping too much, but we want to take advantage of those sports hard tyres, so we've got fairly softly sprung suspension. You want the car to roll a little bit and be quite pliable, put all that weight onto the tyres. It's actually a really good handling car as standard, surprisingly, even with all that huge amount of power and torque. The differential just helps a little bit with the acceleration out of corners as well. As is usual with most of our builds, I want to keep them as simple as I can, so I haven't messed with the ratios on the gearbox. I've just upped the top speed. I find it a bit overcomplicated to tune the gearboxes, and pretty unnecessary in most cases. We've had, just to get the PP down, we've got 50 downforce at the front, 160 at the back, which seems to be absolutely fine. Elsewhere it's just all the tuning parts we fitted previously. So with the car all prepped and tuned, we can head to the race. We're going to the World Touring Car 600 at the Tokyo Expressway for the infamous Money Grind event. So as we head into the race, the car actually puts its huge amount of power down surprisingly well, but I would advise going to traction control 2 just for the first lap where the track is at its slickest. Now it won't come as any great surprise to tell you how fast this car is in a straight line. It just blows away the opposition down the straight with that huge amount of horsepower. The car was originally built as a power car just to go extremely fast down the straight and make all its lap time up there, but the car's surprisingly good handling wise as well, so we'll get into the handling next. So this tune has been dialed in to make the car nice and supple through the corners. It's got a little bit of body roll which helps with the traction, and it's just a really nice car to drive. You don't want to go too mental on the throttle. Obviously it's got a massive amount of torque, so I would advise staying in fairly high gears. Third and fourth seem to be the sweet spot with this car. So really decent handling, and of course the party piece of this car is the top speed, topping out at just under 220 miles an hour, so way quicker than any of the AI cars, so you have no real problem beating them in this car. And you can see as we come into the damp track on lap 2 just how quick this car is, easily taking the lead. This car is very much of a momentum car, so by that I mean you want to use the huge amount of power in the straights and just carry the speed through the corners. You want to ease off the throttle, just be gentle with it, just be careful on the power application as you come out of the corners, but it's hugely rewarding when you get the hang of it, and quite a nice car to drive, and obviously that huge top speed is a massive advantage for this race as well. So in terms of strategy, the brutal V8 in this car is surprisingly good on fuel. On fuel map 1 with no fuel saving whatsoever, I managed to make it to the start of lap 7 for the first pit stop. The tyres last absolutely fine. If you are struggling a little bit with the power of the car, you can go on to fuel map 5. I'm sure the car will do round about 10 laps, although I haven't tried that, and of course it will decrease the power a little bit as well. So we'll skip ahead to the last lap. As you can see, fairly consistent lap times of 2:05s and 2:04s, so very quick car. My fastest lap was a 2:04.5, which I will put a full unedited version at the end of the video if you want to watch that, if you want any tips on braking points or lines, anything like that. So easy one-stop strategy, fairly easy car to drive, can be fairly consistent with it, and of course it's hugely fast down the main straight, which is a massive advantage for this race. So an overall finishing time of just over 26 minutes, and for your work you're going to be getting 825,000 credits with a clean race bonus. I am currently working on a complete guide to this Tokyo race, so if you are struggling with a clean race bonus, all will be explained in that video if you want to subscribe to keep on track of my current uploads. But in the meantime, many thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments how you get on, and we're going to get straight on to the fastest lap. Thanks again, see you again soon, cheers, bye.